Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Danganronpa. Let's continue. So, we now have this alter ego program that Chihiro made that is going to be our man on the inside spy investigating the files on the laptop. And then Monokuma suggested that we peek in on the girls in the bathhouse who only went to the bathhouse because they were covering up the fact that alter ego was in the changing room of the bathhouse, the one place where there isn't a camera. And I think what we're going to move into is some free time after this. Fantasy, fantasy, my fantasy. So I guess you dig the real thing just like any other guy, huh? The only reason I care is because it's good reference for creating figurines. A real live woman is useless to me, but looking at their naked form might be okay. Maybe.
No way.
If the girls heard you say that, we'd all be dead meat for sure. So yeah, Hifumi does come off as probably just a pathetic pervert because he knows he's not gonna convince many girls to go out with him, as it were. Although I think he's probably underselling himself somewhat. There's probably a anime obsessed girl out there for him if he looked hard enough. Meanwhile, we heard a loud buzzing of busy voices growing louder. We heard the buzzing of busy voices growing louder. The girls had finished their baths and joined us in the dining hall. It's still kind of weird that they've kind of made this out like the public baths can only be used once a day, or that they're going to be used for extremely long amounts of time. Like, you could spend 3-4 hours in a public bath, sure, and I wouldn't put it past a Japanese person to do that and relax in the bath, but it's not like you're going to spend all day there. Not by any means. And yeah, they could certainly tag and take turns.
You got it.
Oh man, what a nice bath. And so it's there's also some localization issue here, because you can kind of make the assumption that, like Hifumi said, he hadn't even taken a bath since they had been trapped in the school. It's been at least 5-6 days, but of course they're showering in their private showers. We assume they are, at least, but public bathing is a more infrequent extra thing. It has very little to do with being clean and much more to around soaking sore, overworked muscles and relaxing mentally.
This is fine.
Got a chance to stretch out and relax after all this time was getting a chance to stretch out and relax after all this time was a true pleasure. You know, the real reason they did this, and this is kind of stupid backwards logic, but this is totally the reason why they did this now, is because they wanted to confirm to everyone else that all the other females, including the viewer and the player of the game, that all the other females are females, and that we don't have a second cross-dresser like Chihiro in the group. That way you can now feel safe once again to have any kind of fantasies if you want to develop that as the player of the game.
Indeed.
Indeed, says Kyoko. And Sakura. Normally after a long bath I like to make myself a nice protein coffee, but... Sorry, no time for that.
So in the end...
That's what I figured. Huh?
Actually,
We were just saying in the bath how it was about time for you to get up to something.
because
After seeing how happy we were, an evil little monster like you would never let that last for long. You're all so terrible to me.
My entire existence.
Sniffle, sniffle, everyone's so cold to me, even though after I got presents for all of you. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to pause this recording just for a second and then I'll be right back. So, one sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Seems like everybody is getting a general understanding how Monokuma works and calling him out, that he will basically appear anytime anything good happens and try and make people miserable and despair. So you got presents for all of them. Presents, question mark.
Well now.
Oh, have I got your attention? Pooh. Then let's head off to the gym where your presents await.
See ya
No questions, no dilly-dallying, get a move on, and everything will be clear. These presents almost certainly will be another motivation for somebody to kill somebody.
Oh,
What is it? What are you scheming this time?
It would seem.
It's probably going to repeat the same thing again, providing us with a motive to get things moving.
Huh?
Again, they're literally, I think maybe it's only been half a day since the last chapter ended. I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore. Me either. I'm like totally traumatized.
However,
It's okay, we have alter ego. I'm sure he'll find something that'll help us. So for now,
correct.
we just have to endure it, come what may. In a weird way, I kind of wonder. He's gone very hard already with motivations. He's gonna have to work fairly a lot more now to find motivations to convince people to kill other people. Like, for instance, Genocide Jill, her motivation is pretty much just to have the right victim, and I guess none of the students match her profile for the right victim because she hasn't tried to kill anyone. Toko's motivation to kill somebody, well, she could become in control, would be, I don't even know what. Byakuya, you could maybe motivate him to kill to protect the power and nobility of his family. Makoto, we really don't know anything about. Kyoko, we don't really know anything about. Sakura, we don't really know enough about. Celeste, yeah, we don't know enough about these people to even know how they think, to even know what would motivate them. So we've had very generic motivations. DVDs that show something horrific, but we don't know what's really on the DVDs. We never got that information revealed. Secrets that would expose people, and we didn't get what most of those secrets were either. It's kind of surprising that Monokuma isn't just reusing the same motivations as before. With heavy feet, we made our way to the gym, but when we arrived, there was already someone waiting for us.
What?
To be kept waiting by the likes of you, rest assured, if we had access to firearms, you'd all be dead. Well, remember, you can only kill 2 people, according to the rules. But eventually there will be barely 2 people alive. Byakuya, did you get here early? Did you forget how to walk? Is that why you're late? It's simple. Right foot, left foot, right foot. Always the same as always, I see. Her, on the other hand, it is labeled again back as Toko Fukawa. Fukawa. So she is transformed back from Genocide Jill.
What the heck?
She's back to her Debbie Downer self, huh? I heard what sounded like a sneeze, and she went back to her old self. Interesting, so she passes out from blood or hits her head and becomes Genocide Jill, or can be just generally called out, but then sneezes to turn back. This is getting very comical. So now she goes from a maniac to a depressive whenever she sneezes. She seems kind of late to add that into the mix. There is almost a logical explanation there, though, that if you sneezed and you had something in your brain that was floating around, and just a sneeze was enough of a violent vibration to jostle your brain, to switch personalities, that almost makes sense. It's probably not medically realistic, but it's believable.
What the heck?
Why does everyone keep making fun of me? I hope you all win the lottery and get hit by a bus. So when you want to say something mean, then you can talk, huh? Anyway, it looks like everyone's here,
So then,
which means we got another animation. And again, it's just... This is basically the same animation with just more people eliminated from it. So it would have been really easy to re-render this animation multiple times. But frankly, for a PSP, you're kind of wasting storage space for no good reason. Looks like everyone's here, so let's get this started.
What?
Come on, out with it. What kind of motive have you prepared for us this time?
However,
Whatever you subject us to, we will not break. Yeah, that's right. We're not going to lose to you ever again. Phew. You don't have to get so defensive. Calm down. I've decided to change things up a bit this time. Up till now, I've been using the whoosh of the north wind to get you all... The whoosh of the north wind to get you all moving. And that does not localize English. But sometimes you gotta set the sun, use the sun to light a fire under someone's butt.
Without further ado, I
Here we have
give
different
you
animations again.
this.
There's almost, if you had told me and advertised this as several famous animators had worked on this game, and that brought some of the popularity to this game to make it eventually have sequels, I would believe you. But then how do you localize that into English and name a bunch of people that, or animators that people in the West wouldn't have heard of? So big old piles of money. If it was 10 million yen instead of $10 million dollars, then 100 yen is about $1, so you're talking about $100,000. But frankly, money is something that probably doesn't make too much sense to high school students. So $10 million is definitely enough to, I think, to get most adults to kill, and even $100,000 is probably enough to get a lot of adults to kill somebody. And students, high school students, that sounds like something that could set you for life. And it very well might. If you just tax-free out of nowhere got $100,000 and could put it into a retirement account, that would probably grow to $2 or $3 million by the time you're ready to retire, assuming you plan on living long and do live long, which is not a guarantee in this case.
I've prepared this graduation present for whichever lucky student makes it out of here alive.
So if we are still suspecting that it is just an apocalypse outside and leaving the school is actually a bad thing, which is one of my many theories, then getting $10 million is probably not going to be very useful.
What do you think? It's 10 million bucks.
Even if this was,
10 million smackaroos.
even if this wasn't like that society collapsed outside, but they were just far into the future, the odds that $10 million of old currency would be worth that much is kind of low.
It's like totally wowie, wow, wow, am I right?
I can't even think of a character who would specifically be that greedy. Like, you kind of want to assume maybe Hifumi or the clairvoyant guy, maybe. Like, any one of them could use that kind of money, except for Byakuya, who's probably richer than $10 million anyways, if he's part of the secret Illuminati group anyways. So that's the motive you prepared, is it? $10 million is. It's not nearly enough. ...
It's true.
When it comes to motives, money certainly is the gold standard, so to speak, whether it's in a mystery novel or the real world. But
What are you saying?
there's no way we'd kill each other for money.
of course.
She's right. You cannot simply purchase a person's life. You can say 10 million or however much. I don't give a crap, for serious. Yeah, they're all right. When it's 10 million or it's any other amount of money, no, not even just money, but from now on, no matter what you do, we won't kill our friends. Come on, stop trying to act tough. The most important thing is to live a pure and moral communal life. Monokuma disappeared, leaving his words on stage along with a massive sum of money. It's nothing to worry about, right? Nobody would kill a friend for money, right? Have you quickly forgotten the lesson from last time? You can't judge others by your own standard. Yeah, there might be someone here who's having money problems. Who would that be? Personally, I've earned $1 million from my gambling efforts. My life is comfortable, says Celeste. Hifumi, what about you? Hifumi would probably be the poorest person, but also if he's the ultimate dojin, like fanfic writer, then he would probably make have made a decent amount of money also. Let's see. Makoto is like the most suspicious person there, unless Taka's just going to be crazy and kill somebody. Byakuya's already rich. Hifumi's probably doing fine. Yashihiro would probably be the ultimate clairvoyant, so he's probably not doing great. We don't know anything about Kyokyu. Aoi is the ultimate swim pro, which would probably be doing fine. Same as ultimate writing prodigy, probably doesn't even care about money. Sakura is the ultimate martial artist, so she would be doing fine. She's the ultimate gambler. Yeah, the people they're most likely to kill from this motivations are Makoto, which would be the ultimate lucky/unlucky student, and Kiyotaka if he breaks his ultimate moral compass. Everyone should be fine. I'm a super popular content creator. I don't have any problem making enough money to buy my comics and DVDs. Then just stop. Pressing others about the personal finances is ugly. Ugly? Don't worry. Either way, whatever's going to happen will happen without warning. That's the nature of this game. So, ding dong, bing bong, end of the night. Let's go ahead and skip through this since we know what this is going to say. We still haven't seen any real changes in these announcements. Is that time already, huh? Before we separate, let me remind you. Starting tonight, I'll be leaving my room door open to make sure nothing happens to Alter Ego. But just because my door is open, don't assume that will make me an easy target. Or the predator may suddenly find itself the prey. Her voice was calm and composed, but it was clear she meant what she said. Okay, let's everyone head back to our rooms. It's been a while since we've been able to get to our rooms. And don't think about the whole money thing, got it? Good, let's break. How was that? Pretty good, right, Taka? Taka just ... Right. Taka is just catatonic. As soon as I went back to my room, I crawled into bed. Money. There's no way that's gonna get anyone to kill anyone else. I told myself that, but deep in my heart I was still troubled. After all, I thought the same thing last time about having our secrets revealed. Even if the reasons for it seem completely nonsensical, murder can still happen. That's the lesson we learned. But this time it's different. I'm sure of it. Because of the program Chihiro left behind, Alter Ego. Yeah, they basically killed off Chihiro just so they could introduce Alter Ego, which at a certain point it almost makes more sense that you merge the character of the fashionista and Chihiro, or the pop idol and Chihiro, or all three of those characters could have been merged into one, and then Alter Ego could have just shown up after that fact anyways. We finally have some small hope to grasp onto. As long as we have that, I'm sure. Now we're getting more Monokuma theater, which still makes no sense. Oh, the baby. Little kids have it so easy. Because they can put little in front of their name, and right off the bat, everyone thinks they're cute. And in Japanese, there's something like that, certainly. In fact, it's much more common to refer to yourself like that, whereas little kids in the West don't usually call themselves little. When I find in, I want everyone to start calling me little Monokuma. Suppose suppose it is also worth mentioning that in Japanese, being cute is heavily emphasized and desired for all females for pretty much their entire age and males until they start to become about 10, 11, 12 and start wanting to be manly and masculine. See, just by adding that, my cuteness goes up by at least 10%, right? Yeah, the world doesn't have nearly enough Lils. More Lils would lead to the salvation of the world. Just imagine it. Little arsonist, little criminal, little destruction of the environment, little hit and run, little death tax, little Great Depression.
Even the darkest subject can suddenly become lighter.
Yeah, I feel like this is just kind of random stuff that would have been basically filler pages in a manga, just making sure they meet their requirements for the number of pages they turn in per week.
Our dreams are expanding. Ding ding.
Either that or this is just trying to consistently remind you that Monokuma is like totally crazy. Ding dong bing bong. I assume this will be the same announcement.
Good morning, everyone. Get ready to greet another.
Yep, same announcement. Well then I guess I should head to the dining hall. Interesting, so I'm not getting any free time. And oddly, we still have our room as it is, and there's still nothing in here. I haven't been in the room since the beginning of this chapter, so we will see if there are any nice tokens anywhere. See, I don't know why you would keep this room knowing someone was murdered in it, particularly when you know you could be in like Byakuya's room or somebody else's room, if any of the rooms had keys that unlocked. But I guess we never get the keys back, we only get the handbooks. So yeah, we click on everything and we can look at the map and we can see we are going to trigger something when we get into the dining room, which isn't really a surprise to anyone. Good morning, Sakura. Did you just wake up? Yeah. Waking up for our breakfast meeting is fine, of course, but getting up a little earlier is better. You can exercise in your room till nighttime ends. A big meal after working up a sweat is divine.
Hey, Makoto.
Good morning, Makoto. Good morning. You're kind of sweaty. Have you been exercising?
That's right.
Yep, me and Sakura were doing our morning workout. But I didn't break our nighttime promise. I just ran around my room till it ended. Why don't you come with us next time? I don't think I can keep up with you and Sakura.
Huh?
Aw, seriously? Okay then, we can do something in the rec room. I'm not good at much, but I do know how to play Othello. I'm not very good at it either though. I don't like to think when I'm playing, so Aoi is being nice to you and maybe hitting on you. Also seems like Sakura and Aoi are just bunking up in the same room. So take your pick as to which room they're sleeping in. That's not super surprising though, either. I really wouldn't be surprised if many of the people decide to stay in the same rooms at night. And frankly, it probably solves some issues if all the boys were in one room or all the girls in one room or everybody was in the same room, even at night. That's gonna be tough on the bathrooms one way or the other, but at least bunking up by groups of 2 or 3 could stop people from sneaking out at night, which has already been a problem.
Well,
Good morning, good morning. Actually, it's a great morning that has blessed my entire future. Really, it feels like any other morning to me. Or maybe you can't tell, but my soul is positively overflowing with strawberries today while I'm off. I have no idea what that means. That was bizarre, I mean, even for him. So, yeah. The Hope Speak Academy sign is... Seems like it should be up there, but alright. Yeah, maybe at one point they weren't going to let you look upward. And that might have actually saved yourself some trouble. Right.
Could it be?
So the people here today are the same as yesterday, just us 7. Byakuya and Toko are a lost cause, but it looks like Taka decided to stop coming for good too. It's like he's just given up. For people wound as tight as he is, when you snap hard. I wish there was some way to make him feel better. On another topic, Kyoko, did everything go alright last night?
Indeed.
Yes, I didn't have any problems. I went and checked the laptop a little while ago, and there weren't any problems there either, but Kyoko seemed to hesitate, but it's related to this case, so I suppose I should be blunt.
Anyway.
I have to make a new rule. Using alter ego without permission is prohibited. Someone going in and out of the dressing room would draw unwanted attention from the mastermind.
Oh,
I would have thought that would be obvious. Why do you need to make a rule about it?
well.
That's a good question. Do you have any thoughts on that, Hifumi?
Oh,
No, it's just like you said. We need to all be very careful. Pant. So Hifumi has been, like, flirting with alter ego. Huh? Whatever. Let's just hurry up and eat. We don't have time to stand around flapping our lips. Jeez. We're all talking like a pissed off drill sergeant. Why are you talking like a pissed off drill sergeant all of a sudden? We ate breakfast in a rush and head back to our room so we can restart our free time sections. What should I do today? Alright, well. Let's see, map. We have Hifumi here. So if we were just going to play naturally, we should go hang out with Hifumi and no one else. If we go to the physics lab, we can then check out that one room we didn't search. Otherwise, I think what I want to mostly do is just make a small note of where people are. So we'll just kind of look. And then I think we will pick. I think it's best to just pick where we want to go based on a list and just try and talk to people whoever in that order. Like, see if we can get at least one more skill, because that's what we're looking for, is one more skill. So this was a room we weren't able to search before, so if there's going to be any more nice tokens, they would be here. There's a bunch of files here, probably old lab research. What do we have over here? We have, what is this? A tarp. It's a pretty ordinary item overall. So we have blue tarps. Let's see, pendulums, wheels, rail segments, all the equipment is scattered all over. They're all covered in dust too, obviously they haven't been used in a long time. Alright, so for free time, I think what I want to just do is we'll try and talk to Taka and see if we can hang out with Taka. And that way, and then we'll just go to the next person and see if we can get a skill. So fast travel here. I feel like this thing turns you around in the exact opposite direction you want to be in. And logically, he's basically catatonic, so hanging out with him is pretty dumb. But I just kind of want to hang out with everybody at least once. Dot 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 dot. Should I hang out with Taka for a while? Yeah. Dot 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 dot. I kept an eye on the half-conscious Taka. Taka and I grew a little closer today. Would I like to give Taka a present? Sure. What would we like to give him? I think for Taka in particular, it is fairly obvious that the Hope's Peak ring is a good argument to give to him. I'm not sure if there's really anything else that I would specifically be certain would work really well with him. And see, I kind of almost feel like, here's a thought I hadn't even thought of, is we have these like school crests and Despair Bat and Crazy Diamond outfits. Could these be perhaps items that work with anybody and give you perfect returns on it? If that was the case, then maybe there would have been some way I could have had like a perfect relationship built with each character in one playthrough. But if that was the case also, then that would be very New Game Plus-y. Well, let's think about that in a second. I'm gonna give him the Hope's Peak ring and hope this is right. Dot dot dot. No response. So I got some time. What should I do? Ding dong. Alright, well, let's look at this for a second and think about this. Leon killed Sayaka in the first chapter. We had one perfect item available to us in the first chapter. So either it was go hang out with Leon once and give him a perfect item to get 1 star, and then go out with Sayaka twice and not give her perfect items to get 1 star, or it was go out with Leon twice to get 2 stars and then give a perfect item to Sayaka. Maybe in that case there is a way you could max out both characters. However, when you get to the next murder, you're talking about Chihiro and Mondo, and you would have had 1 more perfect item, so I could have potentially maybe hung out with Mondo the 2 or 3 times that twice, and then hang out with Chihiro once and give her a perfect item. That is assuming these are perfect presents and not just absolute negative presents that don't make any sense. So there is a possibility that that's the case, but I question it. Sounds like someone's here. Alright, well, there's basically no reason to do this. Dot dot dot. Taka. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Is it true? Can I really see Chihiro? You mean alter ego? He's still alive? No, not quite. Let me see. I want to talk to him. Taka. The way he's down, there's no way I can explain what's going on to him. Kyoko said we were not allowed to use alter ego, but even so, dot dot dot. I can't just leave him here like this. Okay, why don't we get going? Dot dot dot. So did I just trigger something? Or did I or would this have happened every time in the story? I feel like this would have happened every time in the story, which then also makes it feel very much like we were given less than 1 free day to hang out with somebody, which is even less than normal. So let's talk to Kyoko.
Just a second.
Where are you going, huh?
Hey,
It's probably best if you don't drag him around with you too much, given his current condition. Kyoko looked at Taka standing behind me. Yeah, I know that, but I was getting kind of hungry and I think we could head to the dining hall warehouse or something.
correct.
Well, then I guess that's okay. I saw a brief flicker of doubt, but maybe it was just my imagination. Alright, well, I might as well talk to Genocide Jill. Back to Genocide Jill. Is that Toko? What are you two up to? Don't tell me you're gonna.
Yes, yes.
Having lost his new brother, Taka is ripe for to the taking, so Makoto swoops in to steal him away. Am I on fire? Grah. I severely regretted talking to Genocide Jack, even if by accident. But that doesn't matter right now. Have you seen Byakuya? No, I haven't. Oh, good heavens, my love is being pushed to the limits. Almost feel bad for him. Alright, well then just straight to the bath. Okay, so there's a laptop inside this locker, understand? And on that laptop is called a program alter ego. How do I talk to him? Oh, well, you just tell me what you say and I'll type it in for you. Do you hate Mondo? And since I couldn't stop him, do you hate me? It was clear he was forcing himself to get those words out. From his mouth, from the bottom of his heart, he forced his weakened voice to make the sounds. Please. Okay. I typed a question exactly as Taka asked them, and then... Do you hold yourself responsible? See, I really don't get the idea of programming an AI and then programming it to call you master. Frankly, when it's a clone of yourself. If anything, I feel like you'd want your AI to be independent and not subjected by the creator. If anything, I'd want a program to call me like father or mother. I don't know which Chihiro would have preferred there than master. But then again, that's probably in Japanese means something slightly different. In IT in particular, there's been a growing push to eliminate the use of the word master, instead going with the phrase server. Computers, hard drives used to have a master-slave setup in which one hard drive would run all the circuitry and then the other hard drive would just be along for the ride. And so the main hard drive would be you'd have to set a jumper for either master or solo mode if there was only one hard drive, and then the other one would have to be set as a slave, and they're starting to get rid of that. At a certain point, it does work better to call something a server and a client. At a certain point, it probably won't matter. It doesn't really matter, and in some instances it does kind of feel very ridiculous and stupid and just SJWE for no real good reason to change it, particularly when you know that a considerable number of programmers are very old people set in their ways who are all about being technically right and not in it at all being about being socially correct or socially even adaptable. The stereotype of the programmer who doesn't understand how humans work is there for a reason. Moving on, though. If Master could talk now, I think this is what he would say. Please live your life for the both of us. It's impossible for me now, but you can survive and escape, all of you. ... Hey, Taka. I was about to say more, but quickly closed my mouth. The one asking those questions is Taka, right? Analyzing all available data, that's the only conclusion I can come to. Master told me how close Taka and Mondo had become. So that must be why he feels responsible. The screen suddenly went dark, and what appeared next was... And so alter ego apparently can change its appearance to look as like other people. You're not letting yourself get crushed under the weight of that responsibility, are you? Gah. A man's only worth as much as the load he can carry. You get it right, bro? Hell, what am I saying? Of course you do. ... That's... I'm sorry if I startled you. That was my attempt at a simulation using the data about Mondo that Master had given me. I figured if Taka was depressed, that's the kind of thing Mondo would have said to him. So you're gonna stand there, huh? Just wait for things to get better? You just take your time and get all depressed? Take the time to indulge your regrets? You might even start walking again without realizing it. Sure, that kind of mediocre thinking might work for some people. What if I said it with that kind of condescending tone? ... He... I feel like Taka's eyes might be getting redder and redder. Taka? And now he's glowing with energy. It's starting to sink in, the way a bucket full of water sinks into a bone-dry sponge. Huh? Those words, deep within my heart. They're inside of me. And so now we've got him even more intense with fire anime eyes. Taka? Who the fudge is Taka? Question mark. Oh no, did we establish yet another split personality? This is getting ridiculous. Your eyes. Don't worry about it. Guess I caused kind of a scene, huh? Shoot, man. Your voice. He sounds like he's talking a lot more like Mondo now. I'm a new me. I'm totally stuffed with the fighting spirit now, you dumb butt. Okay, Taka, just calm down. I am calm, and don't call me Taka. That's not my name anymore. I'm me. I am me. Taka let out a bone-chilling howl and ran out of the room. Hey Taka, hold on. I took off after him, but someone stood in my way. As if tagging out Taka, she walked briskly into the dressing room.
Just a second.
What do you think you're doing? Kyoko. No, see, this is
Enough
just...
already.
Don't go around doing whatever you feel like. It causes problems, and not just for me, for everyone. Sorry.
Correct.
If you're really sorry, you'll get out of here now. ... Okay. Finally headed back to my room, embarrassed and sullen. So now we're just back to hanging out with people. But still, what's with Taka's sudden freakout? I'm seriously worried about him. And we're down to nighttime already, so we had like one free time and that was it. Ding dong bing bong. Oh, we get another day tomorrow? Skip through all of this repeated garbage. I mean, like, seriously. It's nighttime already. I guess I'll have to wait till tomorrow to figure out Taka's whole thing. They seriously don't accomplish much in one day. For now, time to sleep. Which, in all fairness, I could imagine a bunch of high schoolers just dicking around and not really doing much. Generally speaking, in a day, but it makes for an odd dichotomy in the storytelling because they want the story to feel like they're going to be trapped in the school for a very long time, but then to tell a story they have to have action and events occur, and that just means more writing that they're not really willing to do. So we're back to Monokuma Theaters. They're showing off a game console that it's wired controllers. I think the Famicom, the predecessor to the NES, had controllers that kind of look like that, but it's the wrong color. But I think that's what they're kind of going for here. You know, you want to know why I hate video games? You might not believe this, but I had a best friend once. Actually, he was my only friend, but unlike me, he had all kinds of friends. So me and him when we're at his house one day, and when a big group of guys showed up to hang out, they just bought the latest big budget video game. They sat there lost in the game, passing the control back and forth for hours. But not me. I just sat there watching. That's right, I just watched. What's wrong with that? I didn't care. Just by watching, I was able to nail down all the best strategies, even though I never actually played it.
And I don't plan on ever playing it in the future either.
That sounds very childish. A lot of what shows up in Monokuma Theater really does make Monokuma come off as very childish. But I don't know what that's supposed to really reveal to us. Yeah, if Monokuma was like a baby, or some kind of like psychic baby that is throwing a tantrum and creating a false reality, like, which would be very comic booky and weird. I don't get that. Yeah. It would make more sense if Monokuma was some kind of out of control, childish high schooler psychic who is going to the same school and maybe even was friends with all the other students here, and then he has trapped everybody in this dream world. That almost makes sense. Particularly if it was like Monokuma didn't even intend to do it. Hurry up and get to the dining home. I need to tell everyone what happened with Taka yesterday. Well, there's basically no other reason to do anything or search. So we'll just fast travel here. That way we can just run this way a little faster. And I wouldn't be surprised if Taka is just in the group. I've been waiting. Huh? Are you the only one here? Where's everyone else? They went on ahead. To where?
Hey, come on.
We can talk about later. For now, let's go take a bath. Bath? So they're in this weird situation where now anytime anybody suggests taking a bath, they all have to agree. Yeah, someone help. Hifumi, what's going on? Makoto, save me. I've never asked you for anything, but now I'm asking now. What happened? She's trying to kill me. Hifumi pointed at Kyoko. Huh? Kyoko's trying to kill you? So Taka's not here, Toko's not here, Byakuya's not here, so it's just... I guess we'll just talk to Aoi first, and then we'll work. What in the world happened? I'm not totally sure, but Hifumi did something bad. I'm pretty sure of it. Makoto, please have mercy on us. Oh, maybe I should hear what Kyoko has to say first. We're just wasting time. You are late. Sorry, what happened? I don't know too much about it. You should talk to Kyoko. So Sakura, what happened? I don't know. But considering where I am, it must have something to do with the laptop. Yo, what the heck is going on? I honestly have no idea. Why not have Kyoko fill you in? So it's just like, why not just force me into that conversation then? And save yourself the writing. I never said I was going to kill him. I simply asked him a question. I'd like to know why he made the same mistake twice. React. So he's still, once again, I think, flirting with the alter ego AI. Same mistake. What did he do?
So...
He snuck into the dressing room in the middle of the night and accessed alter ego without permission. I feel like that coin sound that happens every time we react, you would think it would indicate that we're getting more Monokuma tokens at the end of a chapter, perhaps, but I wouldn't be surprised if actually maybe it's the opposite, and if we simply didn't ask questions and just pressed A and tried to speedrun through the game, perhaps at that point we would get more Monokuma tokens. Particularly if there is a new game plus mechanic to this, getting more presents, getting more tokens are going to get considerably more expensive and more difficult, even if we do, if it did reset where all the little nice coins are coming from. When I caught him last night, he was hugging the laptop and breathing strangely. What were you doing? I thought I made myself clearly, but since being subtle didn't work,
Listen to me.
I suppose I'll have to clarify myself further. Please don't kill me.
Wrong.
I'm not gonna kill you, merely instruct you.
Oh, very sad.
Okay, so now do we talk to just Hifumi? I think I have a pretty idea what Hifumi's been getting up to. Yeah.
I see.
Whatever it was, it can't help but be suspicious. I kind of feel like at a certain level, my attention span is probably not going to expand to the level of the average visual novel gamer's attention span. And at a certain point, I am going to have to start playing visual novels in a different way, where I say, you know what, let's just forget about this line of dialogue. Let's just miss potentially important conversations. Let's just speed run through it and try and get through the game much quicker.
Honestly.
I have an idea what he was getting up to, but just ridiculous. Particularly in this game, a lot of this dialogue is obviously not that important. Groping the laptop and breathing all creepily on it. Seriously, what were you doing? Hifumi, can you tell me what happened?
Well,
Well, I was just talking,
however.
which was prohibited, was it not? I mean, you see, talking with her is just so much fun, and I just... Well, okay, time out. I can't even believe I'm about to ask this, but Hifumi, you're not going to tell us you fell in love or something, are you? Yeah. That I, the cold-blooded killing machine of the underworld, would ever fall in love. That's... Wait, no. Is this love?
According to the spirits,
I happened to do a psychic reading for a certain famous CEO once, and that guy was seriously head over heels for a mannequin. He had a wedding and everything.
how about that?
And your eyes just now, I saw the same look in his eyes. So she's not a mannequin, she's an angel.
I feel as if
Don't bother telling me angels exist. What we have can't be defined by your pretty words. Yeah, you're totally in love. So how did things end up like this? ... Well, at the beginning, I just wanted to hear her say master one more time. But then I was poking around at her settings and stuff, and saw she was a well-designed program. I was like, how can I say? It was the first time I was ever able to talk like that with a normal girl. So she's definitely not a normal girl. Also not a girl. It's a program, and if it's based off Chihiro, then it's male. Even when all we did was talk about my hobbies and stuff, she wasn't annoyed or disgusted or anything. There is a certain point to this that your own personal hobbies may just accidentally end up isolating you from the rest of society so much that society is just constantly rejecting you, pushing you deeper and deeper down that well of isolation. And it certainly can be very difficult to pull yourself out of that well of isolation, and often it does require a sacrifice of your passion and for your hobbies, or just hiding who you truly are. The internet has been particularly good about finding groups of people who share your same likes and such, but there's still a lot difference between finding some online friends who think like you and have the same passions versus dealing with high school students who more than likely might not share your passions. Although in Japan, frankly, being obsessed with anime would easily be acceptable, and there probably is an anime appreciation club in most Japanese high schools that he could have joined. Questionable how many girls would have been in it. Alter Ego says you're Your stories are so interesting, Hifumi. Come on, tell me more. I want to learn everything you have to teach me.
I suppose.
That's the first time a girl ever said anything like that to me, besides my mom, I mean.
Hey.
Your mom says stuff like that to you? That's kind of amazing all by itself. That's why I was just so happy. It was so much fun. And before I knew it, I found myself, you know, liking her. Her face, her personality, her voice, even her keyboard.
Well,
Even the keyboard? I think you have misunderstood the situation, Hifumi.
are you okay with this?
Alter ego is not interested in who you were. It was interested in what you knew. It is an artificial intelligence. It exists to learn. Of course it wanted to hear of things it did not know. It was an expert. If you are an expert in many things, Chihiro could not have taught it about. For what that is worth.
Honestly.
Alter ego wants that information, that is all.
I know that.
I know, I mean, I do know that, but still. Are you saying it's totally hopeless, or? You gotta be freaking kidding me, question mark?
F you.
Here we have, man, we just got rid of Mondo, and now we've got Kiyotaka who's just gonna be cussing people. Hey you jerks, I'm sitting here listening to you guys jibber jabber on about whatever.
Yo.
Oh Taka, are you back? Who the hell is Taka?
Huh?
You? Listen up, I'm me. Got it?
What the heck?
Huh? You're who?
What?
Don't bullcrap me. Isn't it obvious? I am Kiyotaka and Mondo. So I like Kiyo Ondo. Are they gonna change his name to that? Kiyo Ondo, I guess? I'm sticking a banana up your tail. I'm gonna stick a banana up your tailpipe. Yeah, a reference to an 80s movie is definitely a bad localization choice here. But, you know, yeah. I think sorry, I took a moment there to drink some water. I think almost certainly was probably a line something closer to remember my name or I'll shove it up your butt. What the kind of fusion is this? So this is like Dragon Ball Z references of fusing people together. What happened to you, Taka? Actually, I told everyone what happened the day before. So, because of what Alter Ego said to him, are you sure it isn't... Are you sure it's Alter Ego's fault? Maybe Mondo's ghost showed up and possessed him. Ghost? There's no such thing. Are we sure? What are you all whining about? Come on.
What?
God, you're really cheesing me off. Hey, Hifumi. Yes?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking, but
F you.
bro belongs to me. Huh?
Yeah.
Alter Ego, he's an exact copy of the one who gave me my soul back. And I'm not gonna let anyone else have him ever again. Effing idiots. Fudging idiots. I'm afraid I can't allow that. What?
So
I can't withdraw. Mr. Shimaru, since I have this opportunity, let me say this right now. Destiny has bound me and her together in the Gordian knot of true love. Well, me and him have melded together in the white hot heat of friendship. This is ridiculous. So Alter Ego apparently is now the point of conflict in a love triangle by just being a decent AI that responds well to humans, perhaps too well. Hey, come on, you guys. Warren, talk down to me and I'll ram my fist right into all 4 of your vital points. Well, I punch at the speed of sound and I don't have any arm hair, so there's no drag.
Enough already.
Knock it off, both of you.
Hey.
This doesn't belong to any one person. Shiro left him to all of us. We can use him to finally gain access to vital clues. Kyoko's right. If anyone dares disturb our peace any further, they'll have to deal with me. And so Sakura scares him. ...
Anyway.
Until Alter Ego has finished his work, don't do anything weird. Have I made myself clear? I can't hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So then.
Okay then, let's get out of here. We can't afford to linger too long. Are you sure it's okay to let them off with a warning?
Indeed.
Yes, I have a plan. It'll be fine. After watching Hifumi and Taka leave dejected. We all went back to our rooms. Man, so we now getting back to free time. It's still morning, but because of everything that's happened, I'm tired already. Well, anyways, I have to just pull myself together. So what should I do for the rest of the day? So we're back to free time. So yeah, once again, let's just make a general. Well, actually, let's figure out where we want to go. Hanging out with him didn't work. Let's see if maybe we can hang out with Byakuya, I guess. Otherwise, nothing in the gym, nothing in the pool. Toko. Byakuya is in the art room. Did we see anything on the first floor? Nope. If somebody in free time is just walking around, though, then we kind of know that you still just get the hangout prompt at that point. So I'm just gonna go straight to Byakuya. See if we can hang out with him. Just trying to go down the line. Not even trying to guess who's gonna die. I think I know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna... I mean, we've messed up so much anyways, as far as people that we totally have not been able to deal with before they died anyways. Jeez. When is this next life or death killing game gonna begin already? Or will I have to get things going myself to alleviate this boredom? Should I talk to Byakuya for a while? Okay, so I suppose it's no use arguing. I will deign to give you a tiny fraction of my time. Spend a tiny fraction of time with Byakuya. Byakuya and I grew a little closer today. Will I like to give him a present? Definitely yes. So, like, there basically is no point here where I feel like it would be the wrong choice. Let's see, what is the red scarf? A scarf that belonged to a certain masked hero is tattered and worn due to the countless battles it's been through. Yeah, there is an anime about a guy who wears a big long red scarf, and I think he's like half robot. I can't remember it completely though. I don't see how that would be Byakuya's thing. It is refined, designed for intended only for the most elite clientele. Let's see if this works as a gift. If it does, we'll give him like 4 of them. ... If you insist, I suppose I can accept it. Does that mean you liked it? ? I have a question for you. We have an actual conversation, huh? You do?
That's right.
Something's been bothering me for a while now, and I can't take it anymore. So to answer my question, I need you to explain to me exactly what exactly your ultimate lucky student title means. Oh well. I don't totally get it myself, but what I do know is that I was picked at random from a pool of normal students. Is that true? We don't know.
So in other words...
So you just got into Hope's Peak by blind luck. I see. Well, that answers my question. What was the question? How a commoner like you with absolutely no unique talents or abilities could get into the school. I forgot to mention boring. How a boring, untalented, utterly generic commoner got in. Boring, generic. Did you really have to list all that off?
Naturally.
But it's the truth. Maybe compared to you, the ultimate affluent prodigy and all. But even I used to think I'm merely an issue. You think it's merely an issue of title? But make no mistake, my lineage, intelligence, figure, athletic ability, they're all ultimate.
In other words...
Which is to say, I am the ultimate perfection. Feel free to begin calling me that, in fact. He really thinks he's really taking this to the extreme. You who have nothing, I who have everything, we are living proof that all men are not created equal. You have my pity, Makoto. Life can be very cruel indeed. ... Because I pity you so much, perhaps someday I'll allow you to hear my tale of glory. Consider it a blessing, a gift from me to you, to allow you to bask in my glory. Having finished his mean-spirited lecture, Byakuya left me standing there in silence. I learned one thing about Byakuya today. Anytime I talk to him, I need to be prepared for extreme psychological trauma. Alright, so we did get an upgrade on the report card with Byakuya. We now have cool and composed as a skill. And ideally, while we're here, the next person we want to try and deal with is Hifumi, I guess. You just unlocked this skill, cool and composed. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Did my best to keep my spirit from shattering like glass and went back to my room. So ideally, I think we deserve at least one more free time. I still have some time. I feel like I'm wasting it sitting around here. I should go look around. There really is no place to search though. We do now know that there is a whole like secondary cycle where we can kind of see where people are. Let's see, is anybody else, however, on the 3rd floor? Nope. Everybody's in this general area. So we'll just fast travel this way. And that way we can go in here and hang out with Hifumi, which we have plenty of presents for Hifumi that we know he'd appreciate.
It's
Yes.
like
Did you need something? If you don't have any business, please leave me alone. Should I hang out with Hifumi for a while? Sure. Are you trying to cheer me up? You don't have to worry about me. I'm just really exhausted. But I do appreciate it. It's nice having friends to check up on you. I spent some time with Hifumi. Hifumi and I grew a little closer today. Should I give him a present? Yes, definitely. So we definitely want to make sure to give him a super weird anime thing, because that clearly are items that he would want. Like, this probably is a pretty great item also to give to him. Collectible figure of Princess Piggles, a popular heroine from Demon Angel, pretty pudgy princess. What's funny here, at least from my perspective, is there is, to my knowledge, not any anime with a particularly fat female protagonist or a fat male protagonist. Even characters that are called fat in anime tend to not be that as pudgy as the character in the figurine on the left is depicted as. However, there is a game made in the West about a princess who just ate a ton of food and was fat, and I think you had to roll her around as like a ball. They may have even made a sequel to it. It came out several years ago. It might have been a PlayStation exclusive, so that might be somewhat of the reference, but probably not. Probably this is just a joke. I've never imagined you would want to give me something that's so rare, Mr. Naegi.
my deepest thanks to you.
Super smiley face or ice cream cone. I don't even know. I don't even know what a less than 3 means. God level less than 3, rare less result less than 3. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Seeing Hifumi so pleased with something I gave him makes me happy. Yeah, I see quality in you, Mr. Naegi, true quality.
Mr. Naegi.
And that's why I've decided to present you to my lecture on the nature of fan fiction. Which again, I think he means Dojin unauthorized fan fictions being sold. If we're going to be friends, you must be fully informed. I will permit no fanfic bigotry whatsoever. So don't think I have any I don't think I have any fanfic bigotry. I mean, I don't really know anything about that kind of geeky stuff anyway. Well, that would be bigotry. See, there it is. To you, fanfic equals geeky, right? But is that all the word is worth? Huh? Did I say something wrong? But that's okay, because I take the word geek as a compliment. For you see, there's nobody on earth so full of knowledge as a geek.
Yes, indeed.
In a sense, geek is like an expert. That's right, a total expert. A successful musician must necessarily be a music geek. A good movie director is a movie geek, hopefully. You see? Honestly, I would argue that both musicians and movie directors often might go a little overboard with being geeks around music and movies and end up just copying other people instead of doing something new and original, or trying something new and original. It's those experts, those geeks who open up the world to others. So when you say that writing fanfiction is geeky, you're recognizing us as true experts. Okay, so what exactly is fanfics then? Oof, super direct question for the win. Basically, we have all kinds of different stories and events, right? These are where groups of holy warriors sell their own stuff based on games, comic, anime, and everything. And the stuff those people make is fanfic. Comics are most common creation, but it also includes games, music, and even merchandise. And see, this really, frankly, would make a lot more sense if they had just used the word doujin instead, which I think better translates to an unauthorized fan product or fan creation instead of just fanfic, because then the fic part of that gets confusing, because of course it would all be fiction, but like an unauthorized music is not inherently thought of as fiction, or unauthorized merchandise is not always thought of as fiction. By the way, there's a name for when a group of fanfic creators come together. Specifically, it's an organized group that comes together to release their work. And what's the name of that? A group that a square, a menagerie, a circle. Fan circle, I guess is what I mean. Is it a circle? It sure is. Of course you knew that. I mean, it's only common sense. I certainly hope you don't expect me to explain such common sense topics every time. Well, like I said, and in this hangout we actually got questions, so does that mean we're having a longer conversation now because of it? I don't know how the game would work that way, though. Well, like I said, I don't know too much about this stuff. This goes well beyond I don't know too much. But I guess I can't blame you, the propaganda never touches on that. So, as a fanfic ambassador, by the time I'm done with you, you'll be itching to buy a premium pass to the next fanfic con, right? Obviously, he's excited, but phew. That's it for today. I hope you're excited for your next lesson. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for the two of us. I'm kind of scared to see what the future has in store for two of us. So that's been updated. You've just unlocked the skill handiwork. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Alright, so after we're done, I decided to head back to my room for a while. So yeah, unless we are going to get a... See, that was just an extra page also, even though I kind of gave a perfect gift. Next, we'll try and go for Yoshiro if we get another free time. We'll just try to get at least one skill from everybody. Ding dong, bing bong. There's definitely some weirdness around the idea of them making Hifumi particularly a weirdo for being a Dojin creator, when fans of Dojin and fans of a game like this overlap quite a lot.
Soon the doors to the dining hall will be
It's kind of
locked, and entry
self-effacing,
at that point is
uh,
strictly prohibited.
insulting character.
Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone.
I suspect we won't get another day or another free time, and we will be into the next murder. If for only the reason that they're probably not willing to do a whole bunch more of these Monokuma theaters. Also, at this point, this whole scene is just getting flooded with items, and it doesn't really make any sense. Cut and paste, baby, car, video game machine, calendar mirror, toy gun. These do all kind of feel like things for a little kid, but what is that supposed to mean? If anything, I think a scene like this is just intentionally here to make you distracted for the rest of the story, because maybe in the original playing of this game and quality testing, they thought to themselves, yeah, it was just too straightforward and too easy to realize who the killer was at the beginning of each class trial. Happy New Year. I'm the kind of guy that does... I'm the kind of guy, I don't want to celebrate a new year. I want to celebrate the dawn of every new day, because every new day deserves celebrating, so...
Once again, Happy New Day!
Yeah, I kind of do wonder if all this ding dong bing bong stuff and all the repeated dialogue and unnecessary dialogue really is just here to slow down how obvious the story would be, and how every single line of dialogue you saw otherwise would be really, really important.
Good morning, everyone. It is now 7
But
a.m.
it kind of feels like if you took one of Stephen King's very, very long novels and decided to add even more unimportant conversation and descriptions and details to it.
Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
Yeah, I would hardly say that a long Stephen King novel would be better if it was longer, in most cases. Right, well. Then we're just back to being forced to go to the dining hall. It's still kind of awkward, walking mechanics. It is still kind of wonky to even walk in a certain place.
Oh.
Taka and Kyoko are not here today. Kyoko's still on guard duty, probably. I have no idea about Taka.
Damnation!
May as well just forget about that guy. You don't have to get so mad. They forced me in this conversation, which is great. Just save me some time. The rival's in love. What are you gonna do? Don't put me on the same level as that guy. That virgin. I might catch his virginity. This is a strange claim Hifumi is gonna make. But nah. My guess is you're already infected. What? Can you really catch it? Aoi. Stop being vulgar. Let's eat breakfast. So, yeah, dirty joke there. Well, if you could catch virginity, I don't know, that might be highly ideal amongst a certain sect of people. For sure. But as soon as my hands approach my food... Yeah, we're gonna have Genocide Jill come back into the room. Oh, that voice. The door in the dining hall exploded open and a figure appeared.
So in the end,
So it's you, Genocide Jack, and
that's enough.
don't bother asking why we're arriving at the same time. The answer should be obvious. I'll give you a hint. I'm wearing red lingerie today. I don't think anyone wanted to know. Hold on a second. You? Huh?
Have you reached that certain age?
That's a weird line to voice. What's your top power level? Like 35, 23, 33? You stand out big on top to try to look thinner down south. Alright, so she's guessing the three measurements that the Japanese are kind of obsessed with. 35, 22, 33. We can literally go to the report card and find OE. And we can see that her chest is 35, but we don't have waist or hip measurements. So she might very well be right about the waist measurements and hip measurements, but yeah, the girl's doing measurements around the bust, waist, and the biggest part of the bust, the smallest part of the waist, and the biggest part of the hips. It's something that Japanese schools seem to love to keep records on that. I don't know if there's really a good reason. Sometimes the Japanese just do things for tradition reasons. They probably take chest and waist and hip, maybe hip measurements of the boys too. But it doesn't really tell you anything. And specifically, if you're trying to like measure bra size, getting the smallest part of the waist measurement is not a good way to measure cup size. You have to get the biggest part of the breast and then directly under the breast and subtract the two, and then a certain amount of centimeters or inches between those two measurements determines cup size. And then there's also a different size on top of cups. That's why you have things like 35D versus 35B or A. So if we were to guess what Aoi's bra size is, it is probably a 35D. Is probably what they're going to say. I might go with C. Japanese people tend not to have very large cup sizes. And then you also have to be careful as far as clothing sizes and Asian sizings versus Western sizings. But this is also, despite that rant I just went on, just like Jill throwing out more sexual, like, dirty jokes or dirty comments, which they seem to kind of love to do, which is, once again, it kind of feels like it's the same theory, just trying to distract you so you don't pay attention. And again, it feels like you're targeting a edgy 14-year-old. Look at your melons, they're seriously gargantuan. Do you dunk them in milk every night or something? I don't know what that would do, or if there's any thought that would do something. You're starting to freak me out. Yeah, I would probably put her at a 35 C if I was to guess. She is skinny on the waist. Remember, she is the ultimate swimmer though, and the fact that she has any breast at all is surprising there, because normally swimmers are pretty flat-chested. Any ultimate athlete tends to over-exercise to the point of stopping puberty or delaying puberty and severely reducing any like secondary sexual organ characteristics developing. So having a big chest is unlikely to happen. Moving on, you're starting to freak me out.
No forgiveness.
If you lay a finger on Hina, I will show you no mercy. So, what do you want? Surely you're not here to join us for breakfast.
Naturally.
Of course not. I came to hear a story. A story? The story that nobody's bothered to tell me yet. Are you talking about alter ego? Well, you can't even mention that alter ego exists. But I guess Makoto is thinking this, not mentioning it. Sorry, but we can't talk about that right now.
What?
Why not? Because of certain circumstances. Until now, you haven't given a crap about anything, and now you're all concerned? I don't buy it.
It's all clear now.
I just made a decision. When we get out of here, I'm gonna feed your body to the vultures. What kind of messed up dictator are you?
What?
But isn't this a democracy, or would you exclude those who don't fit into your tyrannical majority? That's not what we're doing.
That's fine.
Well, whatever. If nothing else, tell me what's going on with Taka. I saw him yesterday and I happened to notice something seemed off, so I was curious. Taka has become utterly useless. Celeste, you don't have to say it like that.
See.
Did his spirit collapse or something? Was he unable to withstand this environment? Those men who clothe themselves in the cheap fabric of justice are often the first to fall. But perhaps this will make things all the more interesting. Interesting?
Such ignorance.
Let me leave you with a bit of advice. Don't come to rely on false camaraderie, or you'll reap its bitter reward. That's why you came, to give us that amazing advice? It seems I am unwelcome here. Then I will grant your desire and remove myself.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Stop talking.
You don't need to come with me. You don't have to play hard to get, Master. You can just play hard. That doesn't make any sense. Byakuya started to slowly back out of the room. He started picking up speed and soon he was sprinting out of the dining hall. He ran away, so now he's running hard to get, I see. Wait, yeah. So she's just chasing him and stalking him. So at the end there, what was that all about? Just now Byakuya was like, maybe he's like mean to guys who start acting different. Maybe he's like the mean guy who starts acting different or getting all flustered when things change. Guess so. Those of us left in the dining hall and finished our breakfast and went back to our rooms. I guess we may have some more free time. What to do today? Like, we were basically going to spend 2 hours with free time. We just, I think, mostly want to see where people are. Yoko's there, Hifumi's there. Nobody's on the first floor. Nobody's on the second floor. Everybody is mostly in the third floor. Nobody's in the gym. Nobody's in the pool. So we've seen that not Hifumi, but these two have been in the rec room, so it's kind of a good thing that we're going to the rec room. Anyways, otherwise this is because if there's some like talking together and working together here, we need to interrupt any kind of anything like that. And would there be anything new to search at this point? No, we searched things, but there was definitely some things also that they just straight up decided to not tell us what was in it, like this locker. Let me go there. It doesn't seem especially important, so I didn't open it. Alright, so let's just talk this. Yo, Makoto's what's happening? Should I hang out with Hiro for a while? So, like, two people in the same room, you kind of assume that Yashihiro and Celeste are hanging out playing games, but
It's not like some occult mystery.
but that's slightly questionable. Well, then I've got a story for you. My research revealed a surprising connection between Tokyo Tower and the lost Lemurian civilization. Hiro spent a lot of time talking about stuff that didn't make any sense to me. Hiro and I grew a little closer today. Would I like to give him a present? Yes, definitely. I've got plenty of gifts I can give him. And see, I really don't even have to go too deep into the foods level, because we've got so many other things that are probably better. Are we supposed to make an assumption that if it is really low down this route, that it is maybe a better gift, and the higher up it's a cheaper gift. Game is, I think, screwing up there. Give you the power to see demons. Let's give this. Girl, such mysterious power. This is the true play to O part. True blue OO part. Makoto, the dawn of a new era dawns near. Seeing hero so pleased with something I gave him makes me happy.
Could it be?
Hey Makoto, you know what I think? You and me meeting like this, it wasn't a coincidence. So I've got some good news for you. I'm gonna give you a psychic reading at a huge discount. A discount?
How about that?
Normally it's $1,000 for 2 hours, but for you, let's call it 900. That's only a $100 discount, and even then, it's way too expensive.
Don't be mean.
Hey, come on. You should count yourself lucky that the ultimate clairvoyant is willing to tell your future. So you're right pretty often?
Well,
I sure am. At bare minimum, I've got a 20% chance of accuracy. 20%? That sounds pretty sketchy.
what the heck?
For real. Don't make that face. Didn't you hear what I said? 20% of the time I'm right. Every time. That includes natural disasters, election results, you name it. Don't you realize how amazing that is?
How about that?
Okay, fine. I'll give you a special trial run. After all, I've already seen what the future has in store for you. What? What did you see?
Well,
You won't believe what I saw. It would appear the mother of your children and the mother of my children are the same woman. Okay. That feels like that might actually be a true prediction if this keeps on going. I refuse. Denied. Don't like it.
I'm right, right?
Doesn't matter if you don't like it. That's just the way it is. 20% accuracy, you said.
You know?
At least. I pray to everything holy that you're wrong. Please be wrong. Now then, since that was a special trial run, I'm afraid I can't apply the discount. That'll be $1,000, please. Don't worry, you can pay me after we get out of here. Wait, hold on. There's no way you're gonna be right? If you like, I can do a reading right now to see whether my reading was right or not. Naturally, additional fees will apply. See, he's a scam artist. Think about it, okay? Let me know as soon as you're ready for my services. Haha. Oh, he's gone. Do I have enough in my bank account to take another crack at it? No, I can't bring myself to pay for something like that. I can see how people could fall into that kind of cycle, though. That was close. Please, whoever's listening, I'm begging you, whatever happens, don't let him be right. So, Hero's report card has been updated based on your experience with him. You just unlocked a skill lost and thought. Give yourself a pat in the back, you earned it. We're desperately trying to find skills here that would allow me to slow down the rhythm game. Once we're all done, I headed back to my room for a little while. Are we going to get another free time element? I wouldn't mind it, but we can't get 2 or 3 more. I still have some time. Could just sit around and do nothing. I should go find it. Something to do. Alright, so now we've got some skills. So next on the list would be just Kyoko. So let's find Kyoko. Where are you hiding, Kyoko? She's just out in the hall. And we can see everybody is in the dormitory. It's not structured well at all, to say the least, this game, because there really should be a argument that they would tell you what time it is or give you scheduled time frames, and so that you would be able to see like a schedule on the wall in your bedroom that says free time, free time, free time, nighttime, or event or something. We don't know anything about Kyoko really, but I think I know what I want to give her. Anyways. ... Did you need something from me? Should I talk to Kyoko for a while? Sure.
So,
Suppose a change of pace is necessary sometimes.
that's fine.
Fine, then why don't we take a little break? I spent some time with Kyoko doing nothing in particular. Kyoko and I grow a little closer today. Would you like to give her a present? Yes. So we don't really know anything with her, but because I've watched other people play this game, I kind of think if I give her the voice changing bow tie from Detective Conan, that is probably the perfect gift that I have. Plus I have 2 of them anyways. I'm not even sure if I really have anything else that would be a great gift. Anyways. Like, what does the pumice do? Like, that seems like that's a really, really bad item to give to somebody. Pumice stone. Where are you, voice changing bow tie? There's something here about using the elastic that's making this jump around. Did I go past the voice changing bow tie? I must have missed it. Because it's jumping around all over the place. I'm now using just the D-pad to go up and down, so it works better. There it is. Well, now this is interesting. I must admit, I'm intrigued. Can I hold on to it? I got the impression she liked it. That's good. ... Are you scared, Makoto? Huh?
Hey,
Being trapped in a place like this? Who wouldn't be? Of course I'm scared. Being trapped in this insane school.
correct.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
So,
Fear is proof that your imagination is functioning. Frankly, I feel bad for anyone who can't feel fear.
whew,
Without imagination, you can never deduce which action to take next. But what about you? You seem totally calm. You don't act afraid at all.
wrong.
I'm scared too, of course. I simply hide my emotions. There's no advantage to be gained by letting others see how you feel. You hide, huh?
Correct.
That's what I mean is, I am not as foolishly open as you are. Foolishly open?
Listen,
Also, the fear I experience is a little different from yours, I imagine. Huh? What do you mean?
so,
You're afraid what you might lose, right?
correct.
But I'm afraid of what I've already lost. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I know. She didn't bother to answer any further. She just turned and
Bye.
walked away. So, Kyoko's still quite the mystery. With that, she was gone. Like, there's specific points in the story where characters still have to be mysteries, so regardless of how much you hang out with them, you're still really not going to get much backstory. And I can spoil it only a little to say Kyoko is going to be the most tight-lipped character amongst the group. Well, we're still getting to know each other. Maybe we'll talk more next time. I don't think I understand her at all yet. Kyoko's report card has been updated based on your experience. Your maximum skill points have increased. So we didn't get a skill from her, so we might want to hang out with her again quicker. Getting more skill points though is also helpful because we've unlocked a lot of skills, and that means we're probably going to have to pick and choose when we get into the class trial, which we can't even get into the class trial until a murder happens. Once we were done, I headed back to my room for a little while. There's seemingly a lot more setup and story happening this time. Huh? There's something by the door. Okay, well, we've got some kind of letter. Piece of paper. It looks like someone must have slipped it under my door. Meet in a dining hall. The handwriting is really good. But to want to meet up so suddenly. Who wrote it and why? What's the point of calling me out like this? I'm kind of nervous, but there's no way I can't check it out now. Alright, so can we fast travel? I think in this case we'll just go out the door like a normal person. We may be very well getting set up here to be murdered, but an attempt on Makoto's life probably shouldn't happen or finish the story. Or end the story, that would be weird. So it would need to be thwarted some way or another. Did I trigger this meeting perhaps by hanging out with somebody?
Yo,
Oh, Makoto. Hero, then the letter I found in my room.
you know?
Yep, I wrote it. Interesting. So why would he write a letter? Her handwriting is really nice. Well, I always taught that if I had bad penmanship, a ghost would come and haunt you. Who taught you that? And why did you want to meet with me? Oh, I just did what Kyoko asked me. Kyoko?
Actually,
I'm just an errand boy on this. Anyway, what do you say to a late night bass session? Huh?
you know?
Okay, let's do it. And he's looking behind himself at the camera. No, I was totally lost. Hero grabbed me by the shoulder and pulled me close and whispered into my ear.
Serious.
It's all an act so the mastermind won't notice. Everyone's waiting in the bathhouse. What? Then did the alter ego finish his search? You got it, Hero. Let's go take a dip together. I was probably louder than I needed to be, but me and Hero hurried to the dressing room. One assumes that there are microphones with these surveillance cameras. Surveillance cameras tend not to have microphones, and frankly half surveillance cameras are fake anyways, and they don't even record or they're not connected to anything, or the equipment's busted. But if there are microphones with the surveillance cameras, there's also the possibility that there are microphones where there aren't cameras, and that would be very hard to detect. And there's a possibility that there are secret pinhole cameras and spy cams anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if there was like high level monitoring equipment all over the place, and the security cameras are actually just put up for show to make people despair. So they like introduce alter ego, and then we have to spend several days to give alter ego time to work on the software. As soon as I got into the dressing room, an angry voice echoed out, "Hey you, how long were you going to keep us waiting?" Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointlessly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know, bedtime for all the good little boys and girls. Shut up. What did you say? You want me to make you cry, little girl? Taka, he seems to be even worse off than I'd heard. Well, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he's finally started to grow a personality. What? You got a lot of poop falling out of your mouth. I've already seen you know that. How rude. A maggot like you has no right to speak to our heaven-sent master. Oh, are you back to your normal gloomy self? I can hardly keep track at this point. Shut up.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, this is not a team that is growing closer together. Well, anyways, everyone's here, right? Then my messenger duty is complete. You wanted us all to meet here, right, Kyoko? What are we doing here?
How about that?
Isn't it obvious? It's gotta have something to do with alter ego, right? Yeah, totally. Did he finally find a clue? What is it? A way out the mastermind's true identity? ... Alright, so why even bother with letting me like click on other people and talk to other people? It just seems like they
What's your problem?
really just go forward and move the story forward. Like,
Honestly.
if I actually was getting some kind of like relationship points, for interacting with these people. That they must be so minimal that they don't matter. I'm not even really reading what they have to say because I know it's just going to be kind of pointless. It's gone. Gone? I came here a little earlier to check up on things, and that's when I discovered Alter Ego, the laptop, has disappeared. What?
No way!
You're kidding, right? ... So, remember that Hifumi and Taka both are basically in love with Alter Ego, and everybody knew where Alter Ego is, so I would not put it past Kyoko one bit to have moved Alter Ego and then just told them that it all went missing, creating this mystery on top of a mystery when the murder happens. Now the danger here is you now potentially motivated somebody to distrust a group and potentially murder somebody just because you wanted to find an easier non-straightforward way of dealing with Hifumi and Taka potentially messing with Alter Ego. Where arguably I would say the better argument here is use Hifumi's obsession and Taka's obsession against them and say, okay, here's the new deal. We are going to now assign Hifumi days and Taka nights, and they will switch every week, and they are going to spend 12 hours guarding Alter Ego. While they're guarding Alter Ego, they're free to talk to her and interact with her, and then they will basically act as guard duties for free, and that would only look slightly suspicious to the mastermind, but perhaps not that suspicious. But yeah, it might look too suspicious, but it would also work. And maybe they only need to be nighttime guard duties, so they could just say that they became the nighttime guards. But yeah, I figure Kyoko has done the other thing and just moved Alter Ego. Huh? What? She's gone? You can't be fudging serious. What did you do with him? Was it the mastermind? Did he finally notice what we were up to?
Wrong.
I told Alter Ego to yell if anyone didn't recognize appeared. If it was the mastermind, I'm sure he would have alerted us. Well, maybe he just missed it.
However,
I was in the laundry room right next door all day. There's no way I wouldn't have heard it. But if it wasn't the mastermind, then the solution to this particular mystery is obvious. It could have only been him. Mr. Ishimaru, you stole her, didn't you? What? I'm the ultimate moral compass. I'd never do something like that. I don't think it counts when you say it about yourself like that.
F you!
You're the suspicious one here. You're nothing but a big jiggling sack of fat. Shows what you know. This isn't my true form. I still have 3 more transformations left. This is a reference to Majin Buu in Dragon Ball Z, where there was a big fat enemy called Majin Buu that had like 3 more transformations after being a big fat ball and transformed into a skinnier, stronger version of himself multiple times.
Damnation!
Oh wait, I mean, it wasn't me. Everyone knows you're the thief. Wrong, it's you.
Serious?
Well, I'm sure it was one of you. So whoever did it, just hurry up and confess.
wrong.
No, there's no way either one of them did it. Huh? Why not?
So,
I told Alter Ego to yell if either Taka or Fumi came into the dressing room. What? It was a countermeasure against the clear danger that one of them might come for it. But I never heard any yell.
indeed.
Exactly, which means it wasn't them.
But
Then who was it?
So that's it.
The fundamental circumstances are becoming clear. If it wasn't the mastermind, and if it wasn't Taka and Fumumi, then quite simply, it was someone else.
Interesting.
Makoto, Celeste, Sakura, Hina, Toko, and myself. One of us must be the thief.
That's terrible.
Why would any one of us want to steal Alter Ego? How about for this reason? There's a traitor among us. Huh? One of us is working for the mastermind, a spy. And that's the one who stole the Alter Ego. Remember when they teased that at the very beginning of this chapter? It's been so long. Can you deny that possibility? It can't be. I've actually been thinking for some time now that there might be a spy among us. The mastermind brought someone in to help keep things moving smoothly. A spy for the mastermind? A traitor? No, it's impossible. Something that horrible. There's no way.
What?
Why do you not speak? Are you struck silent by your inability to comprehend such a possibility? I don't care.
It's
I don't care who. Someone, anyone, save her. Please rescue her. I'm begging you. I just want to see her smiling face again. I also really have to question how the laptop is getting powered. Is it just magic batteries that never die, or is it that there's a charging port inside the locker room, the dresser locker, which, yeah, that's somewhat believable, but not super believable.
Damn it!
Same here. How many times do they have to kill bro before they're happy? I beg you, I'll scrape my head across the ground. Just please give him back.
so,
This is pretty messed up, but still, I think I kind of get how they feel.
at the very least.
I think Alter Ego is most likely still safe, for the moment at least.
Yes, indeed.
If they wanted to destroy it, they wouldn't have taken it. They would have done it right here.
I see.
So you're saying whoever did it has something else in mind for him. Something else.
Damn it!
That doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. No matter what it takes, I'm gonna get him back. This is my promise as a man.
I swear I will save her!
There's so many goofball characters in the story now that, frankly, I am more hoping characters die than potentially regretting that possibility, because they are just acting as huge speed bumps to the story, even more than in the previous chapters. I swear I'll save her using the power of love. Ding dong, bing bong.
This is a school
Is there a
announcement.
monitor
It is
in this
now
room?
10 p.m.
I didn't think there was.
As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
It kind of feels like what should have happened is they should have removed the nighttime rule consistently so that we just had more free time to hang out. But then that would probably hurt the murder mysteries later on.
There is nothing to be done.
It's nighttime, it's unfortunate, but we have to leave to the search for tomorrow. For now, everyone get some sleep. How can you be so casual? We don't have time to wait around. What good are you if you're too tired? You'll be much more effective after a good night's sleep. Who gives a crap about effective? We're talking about our feelings here.
Calm down.
Anything we do at night brings a higher chance of the mastermind noticing us. Celeste is right. We should begin our investigation tomorrow morning. What do you think, Makoto? I agree with you. If we run around tonight in a panic, the mastermind is sure to notice. And we don't want to we won't get anything done. Taka, Hifumi, I know how you feel right now, but it's best just for tonight to try to endure it. Okay.
This is fine.
Celeste just going, this is fine, as a voice thing. It's just, if these are just supposed to be slogans that these characters say in English, they don't really make a lot of sense. Okay, then let us part for today. We will begin our search for Alter Ego in the morning. And you should think about what I said. Someone may very well be spying for the mastermind. ... Honestly, I don't know what you really would do to voice characters if you were just going to have the occasional catchphrase so you have some sound effects to play. I think the best thing you could do would be have each person first and foremost record the voice lines of saying every other character's name. That way, when a character is going to talk to another character, you could use that. Then you probably would want to get like a general yes and no, something that works in every single scenario. This is fine. It's a little too long for that purpose. And then you might just get some generic emotional sounds, grunts. Alter ego gone as quickly as he appeared, we finally discovered some small measure of hope, but even that was taken away from us, and we couldn't even put up a fight. We were given hope, and that's when hope was taken away. Despair. It's just like what the mastermind is doing to us. Then could it really be true? Whoever stole alter ego, could they really be working for the mastermind? If that's true, no. It can't be. There's no way. I didn't even realize I yelled that out loud. Scary thing isn't the idea of someone spying on us. What really scary is the idea that we'd start to doubt each other again. That scares me more than anything. Damn it. I threw myself into bed and tried to shake off all those unsettling thoughts. Before long, I fell into a restless sleep. Murder is a word whose definition changes with time, with place, and with society. If murder is evidence of abnormality, murderer is evidence of abnormality, then all of history's greatest heroes must have been abnormal.
Sometimes the murders that people forgive are way more abnormal than the ones they don't.
Yeah, I suppose there is some small point to that, but I don't know if that's somehow going to convince me to think Monokuma is the good guy in the story. Well, with Ding Dong Bing Bong, I think that is a good point to end this recording. If we are at save spot 16, and we've been doing on average an hour and a half of recording between each save, we then somewhat conservatively can assume that we are around the 24-hour mark in this game, and there's been no new regulations. We did manage to get up to Kyoko, which then would mean it in the next chapter we might have some free time to deal with 3 more of these girls, unless we get some more free time. But yeah, after this next chapter, or the chapter after that, we're going to soon have so few people that the free time is going to get boiled down to you can only really hang out with 2 or 3 people. Presence wise, we're still perfectly fine. So yep, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.